Hello, my Black kitties. Air here. I'm going to say it straight out because my friends, my community that's been growing between all of us have said, I need to do this. I need to be strong. I need to be bold. I need to go out there and just tell people what I need, what I want, and be confident. So here it is. I'm going to talk all about why women want to be sexually free. I'm going to use the Black cat energy. I'm going to use experiences. I'm going to use what I've learned in psychology, all of that. But I need your help. I'm willing to admit it. I'm willing to share. I'm willing to be like, hey, if you find this valuable, if you found any episode, whether on YouTube or Spotify or TikTok or Instagram, anything I've ever said that you were like, I feel like she gets me or that helped me, I need you right now to click subscribe. I need you to follow the podcast. I need you to click like. I need to know that I can get a 5-star review on all the knowledge, all the experience, all the gold that I share. And I'm asking you straight up, leave a star review. 5 stars. Please, it's not going to hurt you whatsoever. And in fact, it is actually going to help you and me and all of us get to mental liberation, trusting ourselves, and just unleashing all of the limiting beliefs that we have. Okay, for those of you all that are like, I've never even seen this woman before, no problem. My name is Air. I am studying psychotherapy down here in Miami. I'm working on spiritual awakening and awareness. I am Tantra certified. I am a yogi. I'm yoga certified. And I am somebody that is an air sign all the way through. So if you forget my name, just breathe and let's come back together because this is gold. What I share is pure gold and it is liberating and you deserve that. You deserve to know that all these thoughts in your head that you've been thinking about freedom and sexuality and who you want to be and who am I, it's safe here. 100%. I've got you. You cannot tell me anything that I'm going to judge you for because I have been on the darkest of the dark and the lightest of the light. I've explored different personalities, different wants and desires, lifestyles. And at the end of the day, there's nothing that I have learned from somebody that I wasn't like, that's fascinating. That you think that way, that you feel that way, that you desire that you want that. And I am a true advocate when it comes to freedom. Freedom, not just of my body and, my governments or anything like that, but freedom of the mind. Being truly free to share your feelings, to share your boundaries and not feel like you're not going to be loved or to feel like you're going to abandon or that you're unworthy. Because all of those are lies. Those are things that we were taught since we were yay high, and we have stuck them in our heads so far down that we won't be loved or accepted, that our family is going to reject us, or that society is going to shame us. And honestly, you deserve more. I want more for you. And that's why the Black Cat Energy podcast is the best podcast that you're going to find. Because we'll talk about it. And we'll talk about it in a very real way. We're not going to dance around what society says that we should talk about or how we should behave or any of the nonsense that goes around freedom. Because true freedom means you have choices and you are able to exercise them. You are not free if you don't have choices and you don't have the ability to exercise them. That is freedom. And how do you get free is always the question that gets asked. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. You literally have gotten through every single day that you have been alive. Whether you are 22 or 30 or 50, Whether you have been divorced or you've lost loved ones. I've had boyfriends that died. I've been through horrible breakups. I've been trafficked before. I've had all sorts of horrible things happen to me. And I'm still here. And I don't even feel like a victim. That's the beautiful part about full-on mental liberation, is I'm not ashamed of any of it. It really just broke the cage. And I am so glad that my cage is just ripped right open, because that allowed for the black cat to come in. That allowed for the feminine goddess to rise. Because I'm not a princess. Men like to call me princess. I get it. I look like a princess. I look like Barbie. I get it. But I'm actually a priestess. Not a princess. I'm a priestess. I've taken pain and created beauty. I've taken hurt and created healing. And I did this through freedom. And here's the thing. Women want to be free. We want to know that we are safe and that we can go play and be creative, and that we just kind of have, our person watching out for us so that we can be fully in expression. I love to dance. I was in the Bahamas about a week ago, and I was playing pool with, a couple of guys down there, and, I wasn't winning pool. I'm not bad. I just wasn't winning. And I was just like, no, I want to win. I want to feel good. I want to win. And I went outside. There was a DJ, but there was no one dancing. And I just started dancing. I danced as if no one was watching. I was completely unleashed. Whatever I felt was the music pulling me in that direction, I just went. And it was magical. And I didn't even realize it was magical because I was just so involved in my own essence. And I didn't even realize I had been dancing for an hour and a half. I wasn't even intoxicated. I was intoxicated on me. My deliciousness, the feminine deliciousness, was what was so intoxicating. It was mesmerizing. People call me magnetic because they couldn't keep their eyes off of me. But I didn't even realize it because I was free. I was liberated. I moved as my body flowed, and it was magic. Women want that, and we deserve that. That is our truest power right there. When we tap into that and we release all the limiting beliefs, that is when we rise. And just as air does, I rise. That's what I teach. That's what I show you. That is why I'm here. That is my purpose. Women want to be free. We deserve it. And the thing is we want to be sexually free too. We want to be sensually free. That's why we love to be pretty. And that's why we love to put on the gowns, and we like to go to the parties or the events. And that's why I just adore beauty. We like to create beauty. And that starts in here. In here. I will say, when I get kisses, real kisses, kisses I know that are from the heart, they're actually not on my lips. They're not down there either, but that's a different story. We'll get to that in a moment. Those kisses are actually right here, right here, right here, right here. And if you're not watching the visual podcast, it was the center of my forehead, my two little rosy cheeks, and my heart. That's how I feel seen and valued and wanted and desired and heard. Those little places, right? And women, if you've had a woman, or if you are a woman and you get kissed there or you've kissed there, we just rise back up. We just get so excited. And it's just everything just ignites in us, and we're just all giddy because we're just so special. We feel so special, right? So that's freedom. That's creation. That's what a black cat really is. It's that divine goddess rising up. In spirituality, they call it kundalini. Kundalini rising up. And that liberation The actual masculine's role is to set the stage, the foundation, the security. When I talk about what men are really used for or needed for or wanted for, it's three things: provision, protection, provide. Provide the foundation, protect it, and give it a direction so she can unleash, be free. So that goes into sexuality too. There's a lot of things, like, men don't realize women love to make love. And we do. But we love to make love when we feel safe, when we feel special, when we feel desired. Like, women want to be free. And the beauty of that is that if you get a woman there, it is magic. Like, I literally talk to men sometimes, and they're like, when I see a woman and she's in her full essence, it's like watching her in ecstasy. She's liberated. She'll explore. She'll ask to do things that blow men's minds. And it's because she feels safe. It's because she knows that she's the one. She's desired. She's important. But that actually comes from the woman first. It comes from breaking down all these boundaries. These boundaries are what we put on ourselves. I always tell my clients, boundaries are not for other people. They're for you. But some of your boundaries don't help you. Some of your boundaries really cage you. And that cage is not fair. That cage leads to despair. And I'm one to speak. I'm not going to lie. I lived in a cage like that for a long, long time. And it's not even until more recently, like in the last couple of years, I realized that this cage, why I was so upset, why I was so angry, why I was crying and just torn, my cognitive dissonance came from this cage of who other people were telling me who to be. That's why I had the Who Am I podcast. And I still run it and everything, but I feel way more alive and way more genuine and authentic with the Black Cat Energy podcast than I ever did with the Who Am I. Because the Who Am I was the discovery. So if you really want to understand the path of how that unlocked even for me and how it can unlock for you, go watch all the episodes of the Who Am I podcast. You will see just evolving, the elevation of my identity. And putting that back over, the Black Cat Energy is the goddess, it's the queen, it's the daddy, it's girl, it's the friend, it's the mother, it's me, it's all of everything I've been able to cultivate in unleashing who I am to be free. If you've ever wanted to test the boundaries of your mental health, if you felt so caged your entire life, stick with me. I'm going to break it. Like, that is the one thing I know in my last relationship that I did, and that was definitely clarified, is I set that person free from their own demons because I wasn't scared of their demons. I talked to their demons. I loved their demons. And that's what I do with you all. And that's what I do with my friends and my clients. And that's what I do on the retreats. That's what I do. I set people free. And it's because I know what freedom is. I know what it costs. I know what it entails. I know how it works. And God, it feels good to be free. I cut my hair off about, maybe a week and a half ago. And I always wanted my hair to be long because I thought that, long hair meant I was more beautiful and more desired and loved and connected me back to my family more and stuff like that. I feel really free. May I probably grow it out again? Probably. But that's my choice, right? And that's why they always say when a woman cuts her hair, she's going to transform her life. It was like, cut it off the cage bars. I was like, I'm ready. Here I am, right? So all of that comes with the acknowledgement. Why are you so sad? Who have you been listening to? Why do you feel so lost and confused? Why do you feel like you can't even come up with that answer? Well, Here's the answer. Like, I'm going to say to you so much time, so much space in your head. Like, you've been letting all of these demons live rent free instead of making them go to work. Is we do have a shadow self. We do have a darker, more sensual, more sexually liberating self. And maybe that's exploration in the bedroom. Maybe that's new toys. Maybe that's new partners. Maybe that's whatever, right? You get to make it. That's the beautiful part. It's your canvas. Go paint it. And if you don't like it, paint over it, paint a new canvas. Like, that's the beauty of life, is you're not done until you're done. Like, God loves us way too much. The universe is always working for us, even when it hurts so much. Like, I've spent a long amount, like a really high amount of time crying this last week because I knew these things. I'd known them for months, maybe years. I knew I wanted to be free. And I was scared. I was so scared. I was scared that I wouldn't be loved by my family anymore. So I moved away. I moved so far away. I moved like miles, continents away, right? Because I didn't think they'd love me if I showed who I actually was, right? It wasn't until I got older that I was like, you know what? I love me. I like me. I'm great. Like, I'm fun and exciting and special and wanted. And God does love me just as I am, or else He wouldn't have created me this way. Isn't that a change in narrative? And the universe is really fun. Because when you get to play with the universe, you get to really see things for what they are. Because the universe is more like a navigator. I always used to think that the universe and manifestation is like creation. It's not really creation. Creation came from God. Creation comes from within. Because if you believe in God, God lives in you, within, right? That's creation. But the universe, the cosmos, the stars, whatever you believe in, that's navigation. And that's why the stars were used to navigate ships and pilots and chart new waters. The universe is a navigation system, not the creation system. Creation system's here. Creation system is God. Call this a download, if you will. I don't care if you're spiritual or not. This is very practical information that you can use in your life. Is all of this feedback that you get, where you're like, well, maybe I'll be judged. Or maybe, what about if it doesn't work out? What about if I make a mistake? Oh my goodness, I used to think about how many mistakes I would make. And guess what? I made them anyways. That's the ironic part, is a broken compass is still a broken compass, right? The universe recognized that I was trying to operate off a broken compass because there's a true north in a compass. And the universe knows that. I can deny it all day long. It's like, no. Right? But that's not the thing. The universe knows your energy. It knows the inside. It doesn't care what you say. That's another big thing. It's another big lie or myth, right? And this is what liberation really does for you, the mental unleashing. It knows the lies. It knows the lies you speak, and it knows the lies you think. It will honor those, right? Because it won't force you to do anything. That's what free will is all about. But it will listen. And it will be like, okay, well then here we go. Here's another lesson. Oh, here's another lesson. How many traps have you fallen in because of your lessons? But here's the thing. Come back. Come back, Air. The universe responds to your truest essence, your energy, the feeling. Not the thinking, not the words, the feeling. If you are operating out of fear because you feel afraid, you feel like you're going to get abandoned or judged or be alone or go broke, guess what? It will do all of that. That's where you've navigated the universe to do. God didn't want that. You didn't want that. Your truest essence didn't want that. Your truest essence wanted to be free. But that was robbed because the feeling was wrong. The feeling was, my mother and parents won't love me anymore, or I'll never get married because no man's gonna want me if I'm really just honest. Or what do I do? Like, what about if I can't make money off of that? Or what about if, you know, Google has so many things to say? I love, I love it when people Google my name these days because I've had everything happen and I don't care because every single person that really knew me got to know me. It could have been, I was in the Bahamas again and I met this girl. She was fantastic. And she got to know me outside of everything else. She didn't really know what I did until the very end. And it blew her mind. It made me so happy because like I lit her up like a Christmas tree when I actually told her what I do, like my purpose. But my partners, my exes, my best friends, they know me. They know my heart. And I was even like talking with somebody last week and I was holding my passport and I was like, look, I was making a joke. I love jokes. But I was like, look, it's my prized possession. I love my passport. I've traveled all over the world. I love it. And he looked at me and he goes, no. I got confused. He put his hand on my heart. He goes, this is your prized possession. Your most valuable possession. It's right here. Talk about a highlight for my entire life. Because that passport, it's important to me. It's special. It's been my crush pretty much my entire life. It's my passport. It's also been my freedom ticket. When things got bad, what would I do? I would go to another country, start again. But when they turned that, when they highlighted that, and they said, no, it's here. My defense of humor, that cage, broke a little bit more. It was beautiful. It broke a little bit more. Because liberation doesn't come from the what ifs. Liberation comes from the how to's. How to trust yourself. How to honor yourself. How to create the life that you genuinely want for yourself. I had an ex, and I can't always say that he was a good guy, but I could definitely say that one of the things that I learned through dating him was he was authentic. And I got to learn what true authenticity was like. Did I agree with everything he did? No. Obviously, we had our differences, or else, we would have broken up and everything. But I cannot say that he wasn't genuine. I can't say that he wasn't real or authentic. Did he have some insecurities? Did he have some limiting beliefs? Of course, we all have these cages. But at the end of the day, he showed me that he had broken his cage and he was looking for someone that could go alongside him on his life path as his truest essence. And even if I wasn't that person that aligned with his truest essence as his partner, I did respect that part. I did honor that part because even though I couldn't get there and I wasn't there, and even in his truest essence, there was probably things that just weren't going to line up for us, right? But it showed me the mental liberation. It showed me another path. I love people's stories because I've learned, and this was another thing when I was in the Bahamas, is people are worlds. Like, they're really worlds. You step into someone's world for a while and you learn that, again, it's all made up. All these rules, all these regulations, all these, you have to do it this way or another, it's all fucking made up. No one knows what they're doing. And we try to measure success off of like monetary value or, white picket fences and a dog and 2 kids. That's made up too. The only real thing has to come back to you. And if you're going to enter into somebody's world, which I love doing, like I think of when I date people, I enter into their world. I see things the way they see. I feel the way they feel. I'm such a person that feels so deeply. And women do. Like women feel immensely. The depth that a woman can feel, especially when she enters into that divine goddess. Like, no wonder men can be scared of women. Like, it is a very intense, powerful place. Flow. I want to open up that channel and I want to promote over and over and over that, like, you are enough. But if you keep lying to yourself because you've been conditioned or told or you've been put in the box, in the cage, you're never going to see that you're enough. You're never going to experience liberation. Whether that's sensuality, sexuality, mental health, life journey, life path, whatever. You're going to miss out. I don't want you to miss out. I want you to win. Black cats win because they shut it out. And they follow their intuition. And they walk in their path. And their path sometimes is lonely. Sometimes there's people. Sometimes it's an adventure. I'm at a point in my life right now where I don't even know necessarily what I'm doing tonight. I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow. And a beautiful thing, it was actually from Night in Museum. It's a movie that I haven't even seen before, but I remember the quote, like whenever this kind of came up in my mind a couple of days ago, because they're in this scene and I pulled it up on YouTube to like kind of really capture it. But there was this scene of the guy, and I don't know the context completely, but he's talking to, I guess, a museum character of some sort that came alive. And he goes, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Like, I got no idea. And the other guy, the museum character, he goes, how exciting. Because that was the initiation of liberation for this man. That was him breaking the cage. There was another sign I experienced, and it was hard for me to really conceptualize what it means. And it's a Shania Twain song that I hadn't heard in forever, maybe a decade. And it's still the one. And I had it come up in a dream, of all things. And I shared it with, somebody almost immediately. And they're a little bit skeptical, this person. And I adore them for all that they are. But I was so excited that I had said that to them. Because we were trying to unravel its meaning a little bit together. And later on, it actually played twice in a setting that, again, neither of us had heard the song in forever. And it felt like such a spiritually connected sign. And this person was like, you are magic. Like, you are perfect. And that felt good. But it felt even better to know that I was so just intertwined with my liberation and my soul connections with the universe, with God, with just tapping into that energy. And it's because of the mental liberation. It's because of the trust. Women want to be free. It starts with trust. So I'll invite you, please, just like I started this episode, go follow on Air Kraehmer. Like, I got a new book that just came out. Love for Luxury just came out. Like, subscribe, please. For me today, if I said a single thing that you were like, yeah, 5 stars, 5-star review it. Share it with a friend. Share it with a goddess. Ooh, that's your rule. Share it with a goddess. And as always, my black kitties, thank you.